You know it, it is your Wednesday, spell with an I, W-I-N-D-S-D-Y, stock review. Let's go all into what's going on this fantastically splendid, profitable day.
Thanks, cameraman. I appreciate it. Let's talk about Wednesday and what we did today in the market. The SPY actually traded down to a really nice trend line. And we can see this kind of like trend line angle that's kind of coming in through here for the most part. This is obviously using wealth charts, and if we're just kind of keeping an eye on what's going on, nice little trend angle, interesting to see what happens. The question is, can we go higher? And the answer, my friends, after this series of commercials, just kidding, we can definitely go higher. Absolutely, without question. Will we? Probably. I think so. We're going to find out, but it looks to me like tomorrow could either be a really nice bullish day or a really nice bearish day. It's going to kind of depend on how we gap down or gap up. If we gap down tomorrow, we should be a little bit on the bearish side. If we gap up, we could be a little bit on the bullish side. It'll be a nice day. It's going to be really fun, but very bracket tradable, I think, overall for the most part. So let's go ahead and dive into what we traded today. And I've got to be really truthful. Full disclosure, we are straight up murdering it right now. At RLT. For all those traders, we had a lot of traders who joined us really in the last days and weeks. They're up 7 Rs, 8 Rs, 9 Rs. Just the official trades that we're doing right now, we're up 9.3 with a 57% ratio. Look at these, I mean, huge monster wins on a beautiful, beautiful streak. And I love it. It's great news. I'm really excited about it. Here's what we traded. Let's go look at AMD. And I mean, God, AMD, right? How simple was AMD, I feel like? The trend on this one was gorgeous. If we go to the 30-minute chart, I mean, I had a really well-renowned, pretty popular event that we just hosted talking about my strategy, and this is the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, I mean, look at this double bottom right here on AMD. So the thing is, the 30-minute is the purple line, is the 105 EMA on the 30-minute chart. So as we're looking at it, you can kind of clearly see nice little double bottom. You got a retest gap action. We had a nice gap, and then we retested it, right? We're retesting that level. And this is where we went long on AMD, right in here. So I'll kind of pop in now to a 5-minute chart just so you can kind of see that. Here's the 5-minute. And look at this hammer. I mean, if Thor showed up to your house wielding that hammer, you'd have to invite him in and go, yeah, man, let's party. Perfect morning star. I mean, from the heavens, this morning star, you get a little bit of a bearish candle. You got to go long. You have to at 50.43 with a stop down here at this low somewhere. And that's pretty much about how we played AMD in the morning room. So congratulations for all the traders who got a chance to absolutely dominate that one. And yeah, again, just some quick social proofing. I don't make a lot of this. I don't make anything up generally ever, but really, really good trade. So let me kind of just scroll in here to figure out what time it is. So Square and AMD is really what we traded. We'll go look at Square in just a moment. We're also going to talk about Tesla, but Square, Tesla, Square, Tesla, Square, Tesla, Square, Tesla, Square got the targets. So just really, really good stuff. Let's go check it out really fast, and we'll talk about Square. So that was AMD. That's how you played AMD. Square was relatively similar. Ticker symbol SQ. And this is the 5-minute chart. And again, if we go to the 30-minute time frame, 30-minute, you were above the 105 EMA for the majority of the day. So there's a little bit of a double bottom. Nice hammer there. Nice hammer there. Decent bounce. And again, if we go just pop into a 5-minute time frame on Square, you can see a really nice hammer, and that's kind of where we started getting in bullish, was right here at 58 and some change, 58.77, stopped down here and just kind of rode it up. And it took all day. Granted, it took all day, but there were really nice wins on both trades. Tesla, obviously everyone knows that ticker. TSLA, Tesla had a announcement with SpaceX and pretty much just broke above the high of the day. Obviously, again, check out this 30-minute chart. Redonkulous. Look how well the 105 EMA on the 30-minute chart held up for Tesla. You had this pennant pattern all day, and then boom, pop goes the weasel. And this was a really big deal because we had some traders do extremely well. One trader already had the opportunity to make enough money to potentially pay for coming to the retreat. Check that out. Bought a contract, $24.90, sold it at $33.50. So you're investing $2,400 to make almost $1,000. That's a really nice return in one day on a call option on Tesla. So really beautiful stuff. Again, that's one of the stocks that we're following almost exclusively, and just a gorgeous, gorgeous trade. So congratulations for everyone who got a chance to smash some good Tesla moves. From here, if we're looking at the daily chart, let's pop into the 1 day. And again, it looks pretty nice. Pretty good double bottom. This has been my chart for Tesla for a little bit. Was a wave 4, and this really very well might have been it. My boy Scott McKay sold some puts yesterday on Tesla, 550 May 1st, getting paid 11 buckaroonies, and he does not mind owning shares of Tesla. Should be interesting to see what happens. Little bit of a pre-market move higher, I believe. So here's the 5-minute chart. So you got like a small move higher pre-market, but we're just kind of resting. So it'll be a little bit of a rest tomorrow, and a pullback on Tesla. It's about 710. Should be very, very buyable if that happens tomorrow or anytime in the near future. Speaking of buyable, let's go check out Shake Shack. And I love the volume and everything that came in on Shake Shack. Shake Shack, you had a really, really interesting hammer candle right here. Bearish hammer candle with a really nice lower shadow, well placed, possible double bottom, consolidated and broke out. We were actually playing Shake Shack as an official swing trade in the swing trading room based on that candle alone. Based on that candle, that was our setup to get in bullish above the high of that candle. So watching Shake Shack extremely closely. I did have a request in the YouTube comments for TROIX Holdings, and TROIX looks like it's trying its absolute best to maybe, just maybe, form an inverted head and shoulders pattern, but you're going to need a close above, realistically, $7 and some change. Now, is that going to happen? That's a great question. I don't know. Let's see. 663 is really where TROIX needs to close if you're bullish on it. If you are bullish on it, cool. I don't have any position on this one at all, but if you're playing it, I think that could be a possibility. Let me just come out here to the weekly chart really quick and pop over here to the, let's go look at the monthly just to see where it's at. So monthly time frame, add a nice little support. Let's let some charts load. Yeah, so it is at a support. Granted, totally agree. Strong support level. Is it going to bounce just because it's at a support? I don't know, but it's worth watching. And a close above that 6.5 level could make it a lot better for a potential breakout opportunity. And last but not least, let's go check out Work. Ticker symbol WORK. What's interesting about Work, as I mentioned, the inverted head and shoulders pattern on that previous company, TROIX. Check this one out. This one too looks pretty ideal for a potential inverted head and shoulders pattern. Not saying it's going to happen, but look at this. And the thing is, a lot of people are using Slack. People are using it more, I think. And you got yourself boom, boom, boom. And so if we break out, if, keyword, or on earnings, if we gap above 30, whew, good golly, Miss Molly. That'll be solid. All right, fine, one more. Snapchat, very strong gap on Snapchat today. Incredibly good gap and go. My friends, if you don't know how to trade this, and I did not trade it, didn't make one single dime off of Snapchat today. I did make money off of Pinterest, but not one single dime off of Snapchat. If you're confused and don't know how to play this gap, message me in the comment section below and I'll send you all kinds of videos, because this is the easiest gap in the world to play. So simple, so obvious, unquestionable, easy setup, perfect in every way. Great gap, phenomenal, incredible move. Didn't make a dime off of it, but I can recognize the opportunity and know why I would have played Snapchat. Absolutely gorgeous. Facebook had a good gap. Pinterest had a good gap. All social media, Twitter up big on the news. Really, I think you can buy the dip on Snapchat. This is a pretty legit gap. And from here, I think 19.5, 20 is a pretty reasonable shot as long as we get some type of pullback on Snapchat the next week or so. Probably if I use Mr. Squiggles one last time, we're going to look at something like this on Snapchat, something like that. And I think there's a previous time in the past where you got to gap as good as this one or close to it. I think this is probably about as good as I can find, something like this. And we have not ever filled that gap to its entirety. We came back and retested it during the crash, but yeah, it's about as close as I can get to what we've received today on Snapchat. This is a totally different gap. This is a different gap. Both of those are retest gaps. We filled both of them. A little bit of a pullback, but anyway, be bullish. That's pretty much it. That's my thoughts. That's what I got. Hope you enjoyed today's Wednesday stock review. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be back on Friday for a trade review. And until then, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.
All right, simply put, that was your Wednesday stock review. Thanks for watching. You are a wonderful person.